guys, my name's Corey. I'm a producer mixer here in San Antonio, Texas. And today I'm going to be going over my band Through Arteries song, Grave. We're going to be breaking down how I made the synth, how I mixed it into the song that you heard at the beginning of this video. I'm going to kind of break down piece by piece how I made it, what I used, how I made it sound the way I made it sound. And then I'll show it to you in the final mix. If you stick around to the end of the video, I can show you where you can buy some of my samples, some of my stuff that I've made over the years, and I'm going to show you a way to donate if you like this video. But let's go ahead and get into the song here. So I've got pulled up here the chorus without the vocals. I'm going to show you what that sounds like so we can try and pick out the synth that I'm talking about. So really I have it broken down into three parts here. One is just a hi-hat. It doesn't change, it's just really a rhythmic element. And this is the main synth sound. I blended two tracks because I really thought that this voice right here is the biggest part, but it needed a little something I'll show you in just a second. So let's take a listen to the voice that I did. So you can tell it's the main sound, so let's break it down piece by piece. First is this sample from Contact. I picked it up off Splice, and it's just, I'll play it for you. That's all it is, and I programmed it. You can see the notes that I used here. Kind of softer on the lower, and then I duplicated it, and then I muted some of the notes so that the higher register is a little more pronounced. So I'm going to play it with no plugins. Alright, so you can hear that the low plays the whole time, nice and thick sounding, and then the high pops in. It's kind of like it pops in and out to make the sound. I didn't necessarily want this to be just playing straight through, so it's kind of dynamic like that. Typically what I'll do after that is just start going, so some of this stuff you're going to see I tripled up on Pro Q because I don't really care to try and undo something that I didn't like. I'd just rather keep going in creating this sound. So our first step, I wanted to cut out some of the low end and make it more high focus. Okay, still sounding essentially the same. Then one of my favorite plugins, Talkback Limiter, Cornet Audio, shout out Dan. Cornet's making some of the best plugins in the game right now. This is a lot. So that's where a lot of the distortion's coming from. I mean, that's where all the distortion's coming from. A lot of the character, the grittiness, to help this really cut through the mix. I'm going to show you the guitars and other stuff in a future video, but they're massive. They really blanket the whole mix in this like wall of guitar sound, which is what I really wanted for the song, and I really feel like I got it. But this has got to cut through those guitars somehow, so distortion helps bringing that up to the top. A little bit of delay. A little bit of reverb, probably more than a little, kind of a lot of bit of reverb. I do want this to be wet. I want it to be big. I just want it to be big sounding. Getting there, this is what I really wanted to hear. My next EQ move is weird, and I don't remember doing it. And that's kind of just what happens sometimes. You start pulling stuff out, you start pushing stuff up. I probably listened to this in the mix and thought, I just can't hear it poking through, and just pulled that high end up. But my very last move, my drummer came over and listened to the song with me and was telling me, I swear, in the chorus, I hear this thing. I hear this weird sound. What is it? And I kept telling him, I don't hear it. Like, the song sounds like the song to me. And we figured it out. It was this synth. It was this frequency. I kind of cut a bit out of it, but I'll play it for you and then I'll switch it on and off. It's night and day how annoying that frequency was in the mix, especially soloed out. But you could hear that over everything in the mix, and it was killing us. But I'm so glad he came over. That was the very last thing we did to the song when we were mixing it. And that's it for this. I think it sounds great. Wet, super distorted, cut through the mix. And the only other thing, like I said, was I wanted to add a little bit of, since that's a vocal, I wanted to add a synth touch to it. So I added this. Which is just kind of like a basic synth sound. Probably Serum if I had to guess. No, it's Anna. I remember it's Anna because I don't have Anna anymore, so I printed it, just in case. It's a good thing I did. The cool thing about this is, halfway through the chorus, this pushes up an octave and kind of changes the way it sounds. So just like a little dynamic change. I'm going to play it with the other one. I doubt you can hear it much, but to me, it's these little things that are interesting. I made it and I don't really even hear it, but it's all the fun of it. A little ear candy for someone along the way may hear that, all together with the hi-hats. Sounds great. We're going to listen in the mix. So yeah, that's how I made the synth sound for my band Through Arteries track Grave. Go check out the song if you haven't heard it, because I think it's cool. And like I said, I'm going to leave a link down here that's going to tell you how to donate a couple bucks if you like this video. I'm going to start making more content like this. I'm going to start making more mixing videos. Leave a comment. Tell me something you want to hear. Tell me a song that I've done you want to hear me break down, or a piece of a song. Ask how I mix something. Just give me some ideas. I'm going to break down more parts of the song. I've already broken down the drums in a previous video if you want to go check that out. And I think I'm going to do guitars next. So stick around and I'll see you next time.